All right, guys. Hey guys, we have another Mission Monday, and I have a treat for you. We have Miss Adelina Robinson, Mrs. Adelina Robinson, and she is just a beautiful soul, guys. She takes care of your babies. She has a heart. She has a bunch of things that I just really want you guys to kind of, know about today. So, thank you, Adelina, for coming on here today. And I'm going to ask you, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business? I know you have more than one, but we're going to talk about the daycare and then we're going to talk about the nonprofit a little bit later.
Okay. So my name is Adelina Robinson. I have been in business now going on 10 years for Kids Purpose Learning Center. It started off as Kids Purpose Home Daycare, and now it's Kids Purpose Learning Center in Westland. And then our second location to come is in Detroit. So we have now been around, like I said, for 10 years at the location we're at now in Westland. It's been going on 4 years. I love it. We keep growing. We have a lot of different programs, which we'll talk about as we go along in the conversation that we have grown with and learned about. So yeah, it's been around for a while.
Awesome. So, what inspired you to start this business and what problems were you solving for your customers?
So I started this business because of the fact that when I first started it
I can
was
pause that. Hold on one second. I know you're in business right now, so
yes.
sometimes you got to pause.
Happened was 10 years ago, I stopped working for a company that I was working for and went home and decided to be home with my babies. And I said, hey, let me see what I can do to help with the problem of children having safe care and the care that I thought that was necessary for children. So I decided to start it in my home, and I started it with one little girl named Charlie, and it was just me and Charlie. That was it for the first 3 months.
Oh,
And I was thinking, oh, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. And I met a young lady, and she said, no, you really need this. You really need to do this. And she put me under her wing, and Brianna was my blessing, and she showed me the ropes. And then I found the niche. I found where I'm needed. Like, every daycare has their niche. Every daycare has what they need to give to their specific clients. There's
mm,
some that, you know, want, you know, Montessori. There's some that want disability, some that want different things. And mine is more helping children that are in need and growing that aspect of telling them that they can do something, that they
mm.
are important. So that was my niche. And I would say in the 10 years I've been open, I've maybe advertised maybe 5 times. But
Wow.
I've never, not one time, not been full or not have
Wow.
kids or referrals. And it was learning that. And it took a long time. The first 2 years was my hardest. I worked from 6 in the morning to 11 at night every single day, learning my niche. But once I learned it, and once I grew in the fact that my children are those children that some people can say, yeah, we can do this. We got this. We already know what we want. And then we have the ones that they don't have it. They need the help. Not only the children, but the parents. And we grew that type of niche where our kids come here that need clothes sometimes, need food sometimes, need help sometimes, and we're like, yeah, we're not just here just to babysit, to care for you and to teach you, but we're also here to nurture you, help you grow and learn who you are. And kids can learn that, and you can help the parents learn that. I tell people, when you look at your fruit, you see your parents.
Mm.
And when you see your parents, you say, hey, we need to help both. And that's what Kids Purpose is about, is helping both.
Oh,
Because if we stop the cycle, then we don't repeat it. And then our kids grow to be better.
I was just about to ask you, how does your business serve and impact the community? But it sounds like that's what you're doing. You're breaking generational curses and chains and stopping the cycle from repeating, and you're helping the kids and the parents. But if you want to tell me, if you want to expound a little bit on that, how do you serve? How does your business serve and impact the community?
So how it impacts the community is basically, let's just take for instance, if we have 20% of our children coming here on DHS, so that's low income um, uh, parents that need help. So that helps the community because then these parents can go to work. These parents can get what they need to take care of their children. So we
Mm,
help the community by making sure we have the services they need. So we have GSRP, we have the food program, we have a wraparound services, a 24-hour daycare that we're opening up soon. And we have all these things that helps them to continue to go to work, where if they're working, then our community is still growing. And
mm.
it also helps with, learning, helping the parents as far as building a network of help where they can't get it from mom, they can't get it from dad, but they can come here and say, my kids are going to be safe, my kids are going to be taken care of. And
Mm.
then our surrounding area, a lot of our kids come from Inkster, they come from Detroit, they
Wow.
come from different areas because they know here at His Purpose, we are about servicing them and making sure they have what they need. So it expands not only in one spot, but it expands all over for everyone to come together in a one stop shop to get everything they need. And that to me helps stop the cycle, like we said earlier, stop things from happening and grows our community for us to all have jobs, all be able to, if you're going to work, then you can also pay for your rent, you can pay for this, you can pay for that. That helps everything grow, the cycle of everything moving and going forward.
Wow, you have so many things. I heard you say that you have that readiness program, and that Great Start Readiness program. You have free nutritional meals, because sometimes they, might not have those nutritional meals. So, you're breaking a cycle because now their brain can have food too. You know what I'm saying? That having you going out there and doing all of those things, they have, look at that outdoor play. I have witnessed you personally, myself, just kind of looking at you dealing with the babies, and I love it. I love the fact that you just really care about the babies, and they just hug you and give you little and they cute. Okay.
And like they, we have children that come here that are in foster care. We have children that come here that are abused. We
Mm,
have children that come here that um, their meals are here.
mm.
We send food home on the weekends for them to eat. So
Oh,
they eat here. And that security and that blanket of something that you can't get everywhere. And not
mm.
to say that other daycares are not offering it, and not to say that other people are not offering it, but for a parent's comfort to know that they can drop their kid somewhere and that their kid is safe, their kid's fed, their kid is taught and educated. We have created curriculum, all these programs for them that goes all the way up to their 4 years old, and then it also goes up to before and after care, where we pick them up, we drop them off, we help them with their homework. Like I tell my kids, you can do anything you put your mind to it, so don't tell me you can't do it.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can. So encouraging and pushing them to be beyond what they think at all times is important for us and for them. Um, kids' purpose is because purpose everyone has. Now it's just finding that purpose. But if you
Mm.
give a child a purpose, they thrive.
Oh
And
wow.
I'll tell you now, I tell people, kids have personalities. I tell my kid, you're gonna be an attorney. You will debate me on every single thing. and, and I tell another one, I said, when you go become, I said, when you become a doctor, because Oh no, 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 it's broken and it's right here. You gotta put a band-aid on this side and you gotta do and I said, when you become a doctor, sir, I want my money. And, or I tell the one that's like, uh, I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't go that way. I said, when you become a fashion designer, and you can see these personalities, but it's learning them and giving them that structure, that security, that blanket of we are here for you. Support. That's the biggest thing. I don't care if you're a newborn or 100 years old. Support and being there for someone will change anybody's life.
That's
And if we started as children, we don't repeat the cycle of poverty. We
mm,
don't repeat the cycle of unknowing what to do in life as far
mm,
as our
mm.
bills and our finances. Being able to say, well, Miss Adi did it, so I can do it. Miss Delonda did it, so I can do it. Miss Tina did it, so I can do it. It's that showing them. And I'm not trying to say this in a bad way. Minorities need that representation.
Yes.
We need it because
Yes.
it's something that they need to see every day in front of them. It is not nobody's eliminated. I don't care who you are. You can do it with disability. You can do it without a disability. You can do it. You just need the support, the knowledge, and the understanding.
Ooh. Well, I was just about to ask you what sets your business apart from others in the industry, but it sounds like you know what you are doing. You are changing the community by, changing the thought, patterns of the youth, and then that's rubbing off on parents, and parents are coming in and getting that same care, knowing you know I would say just having the feeling that your child is not harmed in any way when you're at work, not having to think about it, because some people leave their kids at home, and there, there's always a worry, but you have a safe place somewhere they're eating. Now you can come and get extra services. You might learn about, your finances. Like this is not stuff that other daycares are doing and things. So I know that that is one of the ways that your business is set aside, set apart from others. Do you have anything additionally to add? Because you already said a whole bunch on that.
So the other things that we I want to add to our this business is, like I say, a one-stop shop. It's hard for a parent to have to choose between, do I go get food, do I go get my DHS, or do I go to work? That's hard. That is so hard to choose because how do you say, oh, I gotta feed my kids today, but I don't have any food, but I can go to this food bank.
Mm,
But the food bank don't open until 9, but I gotta be at work at 9. And
mm,
then, oh, okay, then I gotta drop my kid off at 9 at 8 9:30. Then go to work and be at work at 9.
mm,
And then, oh yeah, I gotta get DHS to pay for all this. They can't. It's too much.
mhm.
It's too much me saying it.
Right.
So for me, this picture you see is that concept. It's a one-stop shop where parents and children are taken care of.
Mm,
Where parents can bring their kids here. We can help with their DHS and giving them state assistance to pay for childcare. Where the program we have here, which that you just pulled up, is Purpose Hands. Is a nonprofit daycare program that's connected to the daycare that helps with food, diapers, wipes, clothes. Um, Hopefully soon to come, some services, other services that we're including in there, that parents can get what they need, where they don't have to go to so many different locations. They can call me and say, Miss Adi, I need some food. Okay, I need some diapers. Okay, we'll have that ready. Your kid is here. Go to work. Don't worry about it. And when you get off, we'll give it to you. Now we're helping the community. We're helping everybody grow because they're not missing work. That helps us stay, the economy grow. That helps everybody get a piece of this pie. So that helps the parents less stress. When the
mm.
parents less stress, guess what? They're less likely to abuse their children. They're less likely to neglect their children.
Oh
They're less
wow.
likely to abandon their children.
Oh,
So
wow.
why not stop the cycle? And only way to stop the cycle is see a problem, meet a need.
That's
Period. Meet that.
amazing. I'm seeing here you offering clothing, diaper, wipes, food, baby formula, because baby formula can be expensive, and if you don't have enough baby formula, that can actually mess with the baby's growth in their brain. And I just feel that you opening this nonprofit is amazing, and it's a 501c3, guys, so you guys can donate as well. I know, we you can contact and donate.
If you go
Um,
right here to this sign here, the sign that you got all the way down, this
way
sign,
down,
back up,
go back up.
that
Okay,
little poster.
right here.
One more, right there,
One
there.
more. This
So
right
this
here.
little, yeah, where it says we can make a difference, that there is where it says a village, love, integrity, knowledge. All that is what we want to integrate protection success. We want every one of our families and our children to be in those categories in
Hmm.
every area.
Ooh.
So that when it's done, have you ever heard Bill Cosby say when he says that his son goes up there and he holds up the trophy and he says, "Thanks, mom," and he's like, "What about me?" Well, I want them to go up and when they finish and say, "Thanks, mom," and I'm not gonna say,
Mm,
"What about me?" because at the end of the day, they were successful stories.
yes.
That's
Oh.
my payback of seeing the success.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Um, okay, so I'm going to ask you, what would you say to potential customers who are considering using your service?
So for one, we're packed. We're getting packed very fast. So I would say you can go on the website and you can look up the information that you need. Like I tell every parent, not every daycare is meant for every person.
Mhm.
I'm a daycare that deals with low income, that deals with people that need needs. You may be a parent that can afford a nanny. I may not be the best fit for you.
Mm.
Or you may be the parent that needs one-on-one care, meaning that you need a pair of somebody with your child all day, every day, just one-on-one. It means teacher and a student. I may not be able to offer that service yet. Hopefully, will. We have behavioral health here too. So we have services for them, but we have to keep going. So I tell every parent, do your research.
Mm.
Look for what you need that meets your child's needs, not your needs.
Ooh, what you say?
Okay? Because you meeting your need, you may not get the best daycare you want.
Mm.
You may not get what's best for that child. That child may need one-on-one care. That child may need food taken home. That child may need a hug every morning, and certain things. And some daycares don't do that. Some
Mm.
daycares are, we're Montessori. You come in, you do this, and you're out the door. Some are, we're gonna play all day, and you may not want that. So find out what works best for your child, and then line up the daycare to match that. And if I'm not her, or if I'm not that one, I'm okay with it. I'll help you find a daycare like that that meets
Oh,
your
wow.
child
Wow,
because
wow.
it's enough of us to go around, and we need more.
We
So if we
need
need
more.
more money
Wow.
for these services, we need more grants for these services. We need more people to open up daycares. We need the help. There's a lot of kids that need it. There was 300 children that just got put out for Focus Hope for
Uh,
daycare and stuff. We need these services and we need the money.
oh,
And I'm
wow.
not trying to say, and I say this with respect, if you do this for money, you're in the wrong field.
Yes.
But if you do this because you love this and it's in your passion, then we need you.
We
We
need.
need more services like this. So I tell parents, find what is best to meet their child's need, then find out what's best to uh, that you can afford and that you can get all the services you need. Ask
Amazing.
questions and look online. They have Laura that you could look at and tell you all the details about the daycare. They have the websites that tell you all about the daycares and everything that's good or not good. And do your homework and your research. Just don't pick one just because it's convenient or because
Mm.
it has the hours or because your friend is there and oh she's gonna pick up your kid.
That's not it. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Lead it around your children.
Thank
Oh, what
you.
about your
Oh
children?
my goodness. Well, we're going to shift here. We're going to shift into your experience with QT Business Solutions. I'm going to ask you, how did you first hear about QT Business Solutions?
How did I hear about QT Solutions? We met at a function, me and you. I think it was, oh, it's been 2 years almost.
Has it? Oh, wow.
Yes,
I think it
wow.
was Melody had introduced
Fine.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Introduced us at the the Westland Community Westland City Hall building.
Oh, wow.
We were there at the meeting there,
I
and that's how
remember
I
that.
met you. That's how I
I
met you.
remember that.
And you
Yeah.
were, I think you were a speaker. Were you a speaker
I
that
was
day?
a, yeah, I was a speaker at that event. It was yeah, yep, I was and I think yeah, I think that's what it was, or it was something that the National League was having.
Yes.
That's the meeting we met at, the National League meeting.
Yep.
Um
And you gave me your card. And when you gave me your card, I said, "Who is this woman? Like, what does she do?" And Melody Hines was like, "Oh, she's so awesome. You got to talk to her." And I said, "Okay, we'll see. Let's I get a lot of people, that says you got to talk to Hines. It's okay. Let's try it." And and so I think we've seen each other a couple of more times at a couple of different meetings and
yeah,
different things like that. And then I think the big push for me and you was when I came to your location in Southfield, and I came to a class of yours for
that's right.
finance. Yes,
That's
I
right,
came to the
right.
class for financing, and I was sitting up front, and I hate to say it, I was late, but I was sitting up front, and you were doing this, talking about how your grant class was going to come,
Mm,
and I
nice.
walked in on it. And I said, "Oh, okay." So I was sitting there, and the class went on. It was an amazing class, awesome class about how financing works and how you needed to get your business plan. That's what you were talking about. How your business plan was going, and how the things like what you need to get things set up for the future. And you was telling us about Motor City Match, and you was telling us about, you know, you got to get your LLC fixed, and you need to do this, and you was like, get your phones out, get your and we were like, okay, we were all sitting there doing it. And I'll never forget your partner, what's her name? Lynn?
One yeah, one of my employees, Lenise.
Yeah, you and your employees. She was sitting there, and I said, "Can she do 5013? The nonprofit." She's like, "Yeah, she does it all." And I said, "She can." And I said, "How much is it?" And I said, "Okay, I'm gonna step on her faith again, because I did it before, and I paid $4,000 and didn't come out very well."
Ooh, you
And
told me that.
I will say, do your homework. Show people you can learn anything about anyone by their fruit. If their fruit does not show growth, then it's nothing. The same with faith. I need to see more fruit.
That, that's what people say. We that's why I do these interviews, because sometimes we go and people are saying they can do business, and they might be good hearted and things like that, and they might want to be able to help you, but can they help you? So let me ask you, what were the challenges you were facing before working with QT Business Solutions?
So the challenges was I couldn't get the nonprofit up and running.
Mm,
I couldn't get the paperwork done, and I'm talking. It took 3 years
mm,
for this to get done. I couldn't get my books in order, like as
mm,
far as my business plan books. Learning about grants, learning about financing.
mm.
A lot of people think that I have this degree in business and all that. No, I don't. And being with QT Solutions, I have a business plan, which got me a bank. Uh, just recently, a bank deal with Chase Bank, for the location in Detroit. If it wasn't for QT Solutions, I truly will say I would not have gotten it.
Wow.
They put everything together. It was so good that the banker asked me for QT Solutions information so that they could recommend their clients to get the business plan, because that business plan was like I couldn't ask for a better business plan for me. And so the business plan basically sets up for what you're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
what you're about to do, and then projects for the future. And it's so easy to understand, and that's what QT Solutions for me helped with that. The nonprofit getting the 501c3, 3 years, 3 weeks. There's a big gap. I'm like, and my daughter did her nonprofit with you. It was 30 days. And,
Wow.
and she was like, Mom, is it supposed to be that long? I said, baby, it normally takes 6 months. I said, 30 days is very well. I said, most people can't even get it done in 6 months. Okay. I said, so 30 days is really good. And that's dealing with the government. So come
Wow.
on.
Wow. Well, I didn't know she got it already. I didn't know she got the.
She just got it Monday. She was down. She's
Hallelujah. Oh, she got her determination already.
yeah,
Yay.
she's so happy. So for me, QT Solution has helped me in Motor City Match. Because of them, I am the number one person that got the highest rating amount for Motor City Match because of QT Solutions. Um, and I'm not trying to be funny. Like I tell everybody, I said I have the better team behind me. you know, so Motor City Match, I think they gave me $60,000. That was the highest grant given. That's because of QT Solutions. That's because you know what to put in there to allow for people to say she knows what she's talking about. She knows what needs to be done. She knows what has to get finished. And that's the thing that people don't understand. If you don't have those keywords, you don't have those key knowledge of what needed, it won't happen. It's not gonna happen.
I so appreciate you because sometimes, we are the best kept secret. And, I love that you agree to do this because, it helps us, So, people will want to know, can you walk us through your process with QT? Like if everything that you can remember, I know it was a lot and it was a while back, but, just kind of walk through the process of what happened.
So if we go to the business plan basically how it goes is one of your employees gives me a call, and then we go through these detailed paperwork as far as everything for your company that you need, everything that you need for your business, as far as your budgets and everything. And then you guys put it in a readable form that we can understand. Then you take it from one employee to the person that puts it together. And that person, she dives into details of how to word it. And then the last person looks at it all and says, here's our finances. These are our finances, and this is what it should look like. 1 plus 1 is going to equal 2 when we're done. Your projections are going to be, if it's $5 today, it's going to be $40 later.
Mm.
If it's 500, it's going to be 5,000 later, and it's the growth over the period of time, which I loved. Mine was in the beginning, 200,000 to in 5 years, $1 million.
Mm, mm.
How much of a growth that they showed. And I'm like, how? They said, well, you did all these things because of this, and we're seeing this. This is what your projection is. Due to that, like I said, I was able to get the Chase account and get even Motor City Match used my business plan, so it helps. The nonprofit, they go through and they ask you all the details, your articles, every part that you need, your boards, how, and you teach to know what it's about. When I came, I didn't know about no article. I didn't know about no board. I'm like, what's a board? You guys, Your employees are very intelligent. They teach you. They ask you, but they also teach you. So they put that in order for you, so that you can put it out there, so you know what you're talking about. That's the one thing about QT Solutions that I like, is it's not only doing it, but it's also educating,
Mm.
so that you can also know what to do yourself, so that it's not like, okay, we're just gonna keep you hostage and take all your money and keep drive. No, here's the tools. You go do it. We set you up, and now you recommend somebody else. And so we can teach them, and we keep making the cycle grow, so we can all keep doing it.
I love it. I love it. That's the major thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So go ahead.
That's the major thing we want. We want to educate, and it's not. Oh, it's okay to educate because clients tend to, after they're educated, they're tend to like, Tina. You here goes some more money. You do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm losing out on any revenues. So,
I got educated and still paid you to do it.
exactly, exactly, because you got the education and you don't have to try to hire somebody else to do it. You know how to do it. And even if you wanted to hire somebody, now you know how to do it. And that's what we love.
And
That's what
that
we
the
love.
thing is that you're not going to get scammed. That's what I love, because you when you empower someone else, you're not worried about them taking it. You're
No.
saying, hey, if you're going to take it, go ahead, but you can't do it like me. But at the same time, you empowered me, so that I know, okay, if I took this somewhere else, I know what to look for. I know what to expect and how it should look like. But then I'm like, why would I take it to somebody else when I don't want to do it? Just let the person that taught me do it. But I know what should be there, because you're going to tell me what's going to be there. You're not going to give me, you're going to be upfront with me, because you don't care. At the end of the day, I can't do
Right.
anything with it.
Right. I'm
Is
not going to give you a piece here, a piece there, a piece everywhere, and then you don't know what I just gave you. That
like,
doesn't make sense to me.
right. I tell everybody, just because you make barbecue, I say this also, just because you make barbecue sauce one way does not mean that you give it to someone else, they're going to make it the same way.
Mhm.
Everybody's going to do it a little different. And your recipe of what you teach and how you do it, it's totally different, because when you're done, you know it, you can execute it,
Mm,
you can use it,
mm.
and you can get something from it. If you can't get that, then there's no reason to do it. At the
That
end of the day, there's no reason to do it.
I
And we
love
still
it.
have more to talk about.
Well, I'm going to ask you. We're going to ask because people like to know. You know, you got grant and loan funding. Sometimes they like to know what the dollar amount is. I mean, you don't have to say it, but if you want to say it, they want to know what kind of money you got up over here.
So, like I said, from Motor City Match, I got 60,000. From Chase Bank, I got 500,000. At this very time, at this time right now, we're working on a couple of grants, anywhere from 5,000 to 250,000.
Mhm.
And these grants cover from media, capital, education, buildings, Detroit fundings, and things like that, and programs. And your company is the one putting it together to help the community grow. It's not just for me, like, okay, here's some money. No, it's for me to help Detroit grow, or help someone else grow, or help someone else get a service. And you're just using my company and my services to help that grow. And that's what I love. I want to be with someone that says, it's not just about me, it's about everyone,
Mm.
and we're about helping each other. So
Yeah.
how many people can I give to? If I give Adelina 5,000 or 20,000, how many people is she going to reach with that? And that's what QT Solutions about, is who and what can we do to make that grow. And if it can't grow, then you really don't deal with businesses like that. You don't deal with people like that. You deal with people that, let's make everyone grow and learn. So that's the biggest thing. Um, and your program about the nonprofit programs that you have,
Mhm.
which
I
I love.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I was going to ask you what key lessons that you learned from the process, that you didn't know before, but you already said that. But if you wanted to add a couple of more things in there.
Okay. So talking about QT Solutions programs, and I think there's like maybe 40 of them. I can't tell you all of them, but but the grant classes that you have that's coming up in October,
Yeah.
that's I didn't know about. I didn't know that you can learn it yourself.
Mm.
I didn't know that grants come in different forms and different formats and different key parts. That to me was really a knowledgeable thing. I
Mm.
didn't know about the business plan and as far as how much it affects your business when you don't have it.
Mm.
It's like not having a will and you pass away, or
Oh.
not having the things you need when you go to your wedding. Come on, like
Oh.
devastating.
Oh, you
It
gave me some
is so
chill.
it is so devastating because it prepares you. It says these are the formats. There's an old scripture in the Bible. If you believe this, it says, "Man builds his house on sand. It's not going to stand. But you build your house on solid rock, it will stand."
Oh wow.
Add the foundation, because without the foundation, you cannot have a business. You
That,
cannot. And that means having that business plan. That means knowing where your funding is coming from and what you're going to get. That means knowing that you got good people in your corner that says, "I'm going to get you this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that." And that for me is QT Solutions and Tina and you. You are your business. You represent it 110%. And because of that, it resonates. Not
mm.
only for me, but it resonates for my employees. It resonates for the people I brought to you.
Yeah.
Uh, they love
You're
it.
referring. You're one of the people
Right,
that will refer, and that's
right.
what we need in our community. People that we
And
take
help
care of
everybody
each other.
grow.
Yes.
That's that fruit. Everybody's growing. Everybody's getting a part of it. And the thing is, when you hold, you can't receive anything when your hands are tight. But if
Mm.
you open your hands, how much more can you receive, and how much more can you give? But you have to be willing to say it's not mine. Nothing is yours. Everything is given through you to someone else. And
Woo!
QT Solution says that because you represent uh, empowering and education of someone else, not just yourself. You don't hold it to yourself. And I have to say, ma'am, you are by far phenomenal as far as being able to do the things you do. I couldn't do it because 1 + 1 = 42 in my brain, but you make it equal two.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God. So we're gonna close it out. I'm gonna ask you a quick fun question.
Okay.
What's a fun fact about you that people don't know?
Fun fact about me that people don't know.
Ready
Uh,
to go?
fun fact. I have so many of them. I see. Fun fact. I love playing with Play-Doh on the floor with kids. I will play like a 2-year-old. Like you can see me on the floor playing all day long. Like I can do. Like I will literally bail on work and go hide in the room just to play. Like
Oh my
that's a fun fact about me. Like I will literally go hide and play, and people are like, "Where's Miss Aya? She's in, she's in the back playing, and she's supposed to be
God.
working." I'm like, "But I'm a kid today. I'm a kid today." That's a fun fact. Another fun fact is I tell my parents I love my children. I don't love y'all.
Oh.
Fun fact. My parents are so funny about that. They be laughing at me. My brother was hiding. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a big kid at heart. I'm a really big kid. Like I have Play-Doh at home. I have a lot of toys at home. A lot of toys. More than I should have. And I don't have kids anymore. Little kids anymore.
Yeah, your kids are wild. But you know what? It's so funny because I just saw a trend on like YouTube where the men frolicking, black men frolicking. You know, Will Smith said he was gonna do it. Like it's a trend. They out there jumping around, frolicking, and I love it. I love the frolicking. You know. But I am going to ask you guys if you want to, learn more about kids' purpose. I'm going to put up a little banner here. Hold up. We're going to go ahead. And if you want to learn a little bit more about Kids Purpose Learning Center, go ahead. Here's the enrollment information. You can scan it right here, right there. So we're going to just let you guys go there. It accepts kids 6 weeks to 12 years old. So go ahead. They got a bunch of programs. You can scan for GSRP if they, if they got spots. It says spots filling fast, or
So
hey,
the
she got
G,
the. Go
the
ahead.
GSRP program is a preschool program that's free through the state of Michigan for children before they start kindergarten. It's for educational program that teaches them their beginnings of learning, which
Mm.
we already do in our daycare too, but this one is more preparing them for school. And we have literally 3 spots left. So if you are interested, please give us a call this week because we are filling up fast. I guarantee you within the next week or two we will be full. So if that program is the state funded program, you can pull it up online anywhere and they will refer you or scan that scan bar.
Amazing. I also am going to just, leave it out here on purposehands.com for you guys because her program is different. And I want to thank you, Adelina, for coming out and letting people know, your experience at QT Business Solutions. That helps us because we're able to let people know we do what we say. But also just having beautiful people like you in the community that want to change the world by changing our babies. That is something that is something that is in my heart. I want to change the world too, and it's always awesome to have people like yourself. We want to have a circle of people that just want to change the world. We want everybody to join our community and just change the world. So thank you so much, beautiful lady. And guys, make sure you go ahead and contact Purpose Hands. Scan to learn more. Go to Kids Purpose Learning Center.com or purposehands.com for more information. All right, guys.